Hi guys, this is Rebecca, and let's play The Sims 2 ISBI. If you're not familiar, ISBI is a challenge, which is basically a set of rules that you use to play The Sims, and it stands for I'm Surrounded by Idiots, because what you do is basically you control only one member of the household. So this is our torch holder. Her name is Maryla Watkins. I picked that from a random name generator because I'm not creative. She's going to be our torch bearer for the first generation, and then when she is ready to age onto elder and her kids are ready to age onto adult, one of them will become the new torch holder for the new generation, and we just keep going like that. And it's a really fun way to play. I really enjoy it personally. I'm going to link the official rules down below, but you'll see that those official rules, I kind of tend to have a loose interpretation of them. If you want to hold me accountable, please go ahead and, give me a hard time in the comments, but mostly I do this for fun, and I hope that you'll enjoy it too. I do also play with some mods installed. I use the Autonomous Casual Romance mod, which just kind of makes things a little bit more fun, adds some social life for the other members of the household that you can't control personally. Also makes it fun when you see Grandma and Grandpa are still in love after all these years. I also use the Inteenamator. Has some neat features. That's the one that allows teens to have romance and teen pregnancy and all of that. Not planning on using it right away, but I do tend to have that installed at all times as well. I also use some aesthetic custom content and a couple minor tweaks here and there. I will link all of my default replacements below. I don't think that my sim is using anything that's not a default replacement, but if you have questions about where any of the content comes from, post a comment and I'll try to find that for you and send you a link. I believe almost everything is from modthesims.info. A couple things I think are from someone else, but I will link all that below. So first I'm just going to show you how we create this sim. You can't tell from what she looks like now, but I used an interesting strategy. Take a look. So I'm using a strategy that I found online somewhere, and I'm sorry I can't credit who posted it, but it was on one of the forums at one point. And this is a strategy by which you try to create unique looking sims. Instead of just having somebody who looks, like this, like a, standard everyday face, what you do is you move all of the sliders to the extremes on all of the different settings. So we have, this really attractive looking young lady, and then you move the sliders back one at a time, like this, until you get something that looks a little bit less extreme, and trying not to put everything right in the middle, and so that you end up with things that are not so everyday in the Sims world, and you look a little bit more unique. Obviously at this point, it looks absolutely terrible. I did have a little bit of trouble with this. I'm struggling a little bit here to figure out how to get the eyes to look right. It's a little difficult to figure out what the eyes are supposed to look like when the eyebrows and the nose are messed up. I guess I wouldn't say that I would unequivocally recommend this strategy to anybody creating a sim, but it's something interesting if you want to try it. Focusing on just one element at a time. Let's see if we can make this nose look, oh, there we go. At least it looks like a nose now. She looks so angry. It's like she's scowling at us. having trouble figuring out how to adjust the cheeks properly. Those eyes are way too inset. Oh. Trying out some pre-mades. Alright. It looks a lot better if we use the pre-made sim eyes, because I could not figure those out on my own. Oh, no. She does look a little bit better than a standard face mask. At least she doesn't look like a template. Whether she looks like a real human or not is up for debate. There's a smile. Ooh. I think this eye makeup was designed for a different shape of eye, so I'm kind of using a light hand on the makeup. Yeah, no, let's go with the custom. Some clothes. I like these H&M clothes. Whoa, no. All right. It's a custom pajama, I'll link that below. I asked my husband to pick a number between 1 and 12. So that's Maryla, and this is the Crowborough. Got as a download from Mod The Sims. The user who created it is called, and I know I'm butchering this, Klaartje. It's K-L-A-A-R-T-J-E. That's also linked below. And it's this really cute little seaside town. Lots of boats here. I really like that it's so architecturally consistent. Like all of the houses have a similar kind of style to them. I also really like that it's really built around the Open for Business expansion. Some of the houses have room for a built-in business like set up, and then a lot of these businesses are designed to be owned and operated as sim-owned businesses. Like for example, I've already had this business owned by one of the neighbors over here. It's actually Maryla's next door neighbor, Priya Ramaswamy. I cheated them some money so they could buy this so that we can go shopping there. It's basically an IKEA, so that's fun. We've got here a bowling alley, a disco, a gym, puzzles. If you watch How I Met Your Mother, you'll get that joke. All just kinds of, clothing stores, bookstores, game stores, galleries. I believe this is a restaurant, some parks. I love that there's a town square. It's just really cute. And the seaside vibe is really nice too. And all of these are actually, there's a lot of starter homes here. We actually are in a starter home ourselves that's right on the beach. I'm not sure if this is set up with the Bon Voyage beach lots. doesn't look like it is. I might be able to go in and fix that at some point, but for now it's just, you know, a nice sea view. And then there's some bigger lots here to move into when we have a bit more money in a couple generations, hopefully. And then if we want to really get crazy, maybe do some of our own building, there's room out here in the suburbs for some other pretty large lots. So I'm just going to enjoy that. Basically, the only thing I've done in this hood so far is I've taken all of the sim bin sims and moved them into houses so that if we make friends with them, they'll have phones so we can get in touch with them again. But this is just everybody who is in the sim bin from all of the different expansions, but nobody from any of the expansion neighborhoods, if that makes sense. So we've got, you know, if you have all the expansions in the game, you'll recognize some of these people. These came with Bon Voyage, and I think this might have been free time, I'm not sure, but they're just there as people to make friends with and hopefully get some promotions at work, because you know how important that is. So let's go ahead and show you the house. Here's our sim. There we go. I think she looks, you know, okay. She doesn't look like the standard face templates, at least, so that's something. And so we actually have gotten Maryla one of these open for business lots that has a home business right built in. I figured that she could do some work at home so that she doesn't have to leave the kids, and she can, you know, marry a husband who can go out and win the bread and then come back, and everybody hopefully will stay healthy and not have too many aspiration failures. You'll see that's one of the techniques. I picked a woman as the first torch holder because it is a little bit easier when you're getting started, especially to have the female torch holder to maintain a pregnancy if you're in control of the sim who's pregnant, especially with, I believe it's within Teenymator, in fact, that you can actually have miscarriages, which gives an extra bit of the stakes are a little bit higher when you're in a pregnancy, that something could go terribly wrong, and then you have to be careful. You have to stay you know, well fed and well rested, and it's difficult to take care of yourself and another sim at the same time. So hopefully that won't be too much of a problem, because you do tend to really feel for these guys. That's one of the things I like about the ISBI as well, is that you sort of identify with the torch holder in a way that you don't when you're controlling the whole family. So we've got the little salon in the front here, and she's going to learn how to cut hair and hopefully make some of the less attractive townies a little bit less unattractive. And then there's a door here. There's a door here so that we can actually lock that during business hours and keep the family on one side and the customers on the other. We just got a little bit of a living room here. There's still some space to expand. Might be able to fit like a computer desk here. Haven't decided, of course. Bookcase, TV, sofas, the tiniest little kitchen you ever did see. We might have to turn this into a dining room, actually, because there's not that much room. What can you expect from a starter? One little bathroom with a shower, a little master bedroom with a double bed, and a tiny dresser. I love these tiny dressers because they're so practical. And then we do have room for the kids whenever they come, so we can be happy in here for at least one generation before we have to try to save up to move to somewhere bigger. So this is where we're going to be living our lives. I have a little bit of time before I wanted to end the video, so let's actually go ahead and get started. Let's see. This is Maryla's personality. She's very active, kind of playful, you know, not the most outgoing person in the world, or particularly tidy. These flowers I can see are already going to be a problem. We're probably going to want to hire a gardener as soon as we can afford it. Or maybe something more fun for our sim to do other than just smelling each of the flowers one at a time. We have no relationships, of course. Hey, why don't you stop doing that and go use the toilet or something? Let's see. Oh, yay. Oh dear. When the welcome wagon comes, she's gonna regale them with stories of her wonderful morning sniffing flowers. There's Andrew, the newspaper guy. If only you could switch to a digital subscription, huh? These things really do just pile up. And they'd be more useful if you got more logic skill out of doing the crossword. I really haven't had anyone yet to even offer a makeover to. No one wants to stop by. Wow, look how steep that goes right into the ocean. I'm gonna have to see later if I can maybe convert that to the Bon Voyage beach lot. What you watching there? Some sort of sitcom. Oh, we like sports, do we? Excellent, it's our free computer. Thanks, Mr. Humble. Alright. So if we like sports, bookmark that, make a friend. It's gonna be important. I want to get you a sports career. What's your lifetime want anyway? Media magnate. Huh. It is worth getting the lifetime wants for people, just because once they have moved on and they're no longer the torch holder, if they don't need any needs fulfilled, if you can get them to permaplatinum before they give up the torch, then it makes your life a lot easier because they can basically just be happy doing whatever. Why don't we go ahead and make a new friend? She does want to meet somebody. Yay! Made a new acquaintance. Oh yeah, she's a popularity sim, by the way. Wow, you sure are pretty. And a hoot. See, oh yeah, we're pretty close. Let's just talk about nature. She's in the gardening club, right? Isn't that what she said? And tell her a joke? Why don't you want to be our friend, Tiffany? Your name is Tiffany? I don't know, Tiffany sounds like a young person name to me. But whatever. Let's see. Can we? To figure out. Oh, here we go. Offer free makeover to Tiffany. Because we need some practice. Even if it means adding atrocious makeup to everyone in town. There's a lot of crumbs on that chair. Okay. Yeah, this is the default replacement lipstick. I'm not a huge fan of how it looks on her, but also that's a little bit too much. That'll do. Okay. I think you could probably use a better hairstyle, right? Ponytail? Yeah, you're a Tiffany. Tiffany's wear ponytails. There we go. I like the TV on Maryla. Huzzah, and a little bit of skill. No badges yet, obviously. Yay, she likes it. Cool. Are we friends yet? We're not friends yet. Uh-oh, what were you doing? Red hands. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Here, brush it off. I didn't mean to play red hands with you. What do you think I am? You look so great with your new hairdo. Please be my friend. Man, I have not gotten very many visitors. I feel like most of the time when I play, I can't stop people from walking by my house. Let's see. Darling. Friendly hug? No, that's also very forward. Oh dear. Gossip is a risky move there. Oh, we did it. She's a gossip. Good to know. Now we want to meet someone new, so that's cool. Alright, well now that we have one friendship, I guess someone who likes being punched, we're punching old ladies, guys. I think it's time to call this an episode. And we will see you in the next one in another week. So if you enjoyed this, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe so that you get notified next time I post a video. And hopefully we're going to have some fun here with this ISBI. I'll see you in a week. Bye!